I'm hoping this is the last time that we have to process ping pong balls and odds and draft picks. Hopefully, after this season, Eagles will be making the playoffs, so you don't have to worry about being in the lottery anymore. Kyle Gaffner is here. I'm Adrian Fedke. A draft lottery preview. Hopefully, this is the last time we have to do one of these, too.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, could we be coming to the end of the process? Is this going to be the last year? If we do get that pick, that is, because if not, the Lakers aren't going to be very good. So possibly we could still be in the lottery if that pick doesn't convey. And we also have that Kings pick too. Don't forget about that. So I don't think this will be the last time we will be in the lottery. For our team, it will. But I mean, it gives you something to be a little excited about. But you're seeing the pieces all come together, and it's like you're chomping at the bit to be like, finally, let's just get this piece in camp. Let's pray that they're healthy, and let's get this team back to the playoffs where they belong.
Hell yeah. All right, so I've got a breakdown of all the odds and where the Sixers can land. The most likely scenario is the fifth pick, number 5, 35.9%, but just running down all of them right now. All right, so number 1 is hold on. This is wrong. Larry Ball screwed up. God damn it. All right, here we go. Here's the actual odds. All right, first pick, 14.7%. Second, 15.1%. Third, 15.4%. So about a 15% chance there to get into the top 3, as you can see. 9.9% chance for 4, 31.6% for number 5, and 4% for 6. So 31.6, as you can see, 2 times greater odds than landing in the top 3.
I hope we don't hit that. I feel like 5 is the worst case scenario. I really don't want to be picking there because we're falling right out of where I want to pick our guy at because I think he'll be gone by that point. But for us to even get that and the Lakers pick would be a dream. This is going to show us, though, is the NBA lottery fixed or not? Because Magic Johnson's sitting out here mouthing, oh, yeah, don't worry, guys. We're definitely going to get this pick. Lonzo Ball's going to be in gold and purple, and everything's going to be great and dandy for them to keep their pick. But it would be a dream scenario if we got the 3rd and 4th pick because we could have 2 great pieces added to this franchise to go with Embiid and Simmons, and, we could be on our merry way. Plus, the Lakers don't have to worry, are they going to get their pick this year? And we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's just, give us that pick. We deserve it. We've waited long enough. Let's hope we get that pick, Adrian.
Yeah, that report cracked me up. It reminds me last year of the Dikembe Mutombo thing during the afternoon. Breaks the report that, the Sixers are going to get the number 1 pick, and then we watch it later, and absolutely that's what happened. The Sixers got the number 1 pick in the draft. Ben Simmons came to Philly. So we shall see tomorrow. I mean, if this lottery truly is rigged, then number 1 will be LA. Number 2 will be Philly, and number 3 will be Boston from the Nets. That will be the top 3 if it's rigged.
If it is rigged, and I think it is to an extent to where certain teams make the NBA more money. Obviously, like the big market teams and stuff. So I think it's fixed to a certain extent. Not that it is all the time, but for marketing, getting certain players, in certain organizations just helps the NBA out as a whole and makes them more money. So I am one of those believers. I like to be, one of those conspiracy theorists that I think it is fixed for sure. Especially if Magic's making the pick up there. If he's there to represent, they're getting that pick.
I know you're a conspiracy theorist. It's funny because I'm like the complete opposite. I don't think it's rigged. I just think it's, I just think it is what it is. I just. There's all these stories that you hear over the year, but I just think it's all just bullshit, whatever, hearsay. So I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
He's a realist, folks.
I'm a realist.
Hey, I think
I don't think
it keeps you young at heart, though. Then, you don't have to stress about it, but we will see. Magic being there, I mean, it's going to be a lot of pressure on Mr. Stern. Or not Stern, God. Silver.
Mr. Silver, yeah. We'll see who leaks out who got the number 1 pick this time.
Yeah, I mean, and say this does happen. Say we do get the number 1 pick. Slim chances. I mean, the Flyers had a slim chance of getting in the top 2, and they did. It can happen. Crazier things have happened. It's quite a decision for BC and Nebraska. I mean, which direction do you go? You have the pick of the litter here. Do you go Ball, even though he doesn't fit? Do you go Markelle Fultz? I mean, they could go in any which direction. Say they do get that and the 4th pick.
I think it's an easy pick if they get the top pick. I think it's Fultz. It's easy. Like, just run up to the podium and take him. Because the ball, obviously the ball, we've talked about it before, the ball thing. I mean, you have Ben Simmons on the floor with him at the same time. They both need the ball in their hands. I don't know how that's going to work. Fultz, he can work off the ball. He reminds me of Dwayne Wade, man. Like, his mid-range game. He's smart out there on the floor. Fultz would be perfect. Perfect for what we want.
If you get a king's ransom, though, and your phone starts ringing, do you just take Ball to get more assets for further down the line, though? Are we still in that mindset to where
no? Get me some players now. Get me Fultz. I think Fultz is going to be really, really good in the NBA level. Now, what will be interesting is if the odds fall like not in our favor. Let's say we get that 5th pick, which is most likely what's going to happen according to the odds. Let's say Ball falls. Do you take him at number 5? Let's say his dad creates such a stench, teams pass on him, he falls to number 5. Would you take him?
No, I've already made a video saying this. I don't want anything to do with Lonzo Ball because of his dad. I can't stand LeVar Ball. I think he's a cancer. I think he would just destroy this place if he was here. Because if one little thing would go wrong, he would be on the radio, he'd be on TV, he'd just be mouthing off, and I think he's just a complete cancer. So I would not touch Ball with a 10-foot pole. I'd be trying to get out of that pick to get rid of it because I don't want him anywhere near here.
I would take Lonzo Ball in a heartbeat. I would take him in a heartbeat, dude. Now, well, not for the Sixers, but if I'm picking, I don't care about the dad. Like, you figure out a way to make it work. The talent is so substantial. I think, in a lot of ways, I think he can be better than Ben Simmons. His vision is absolutely extraordinary. What he can do out on the floor. He can shoot the ball too. I mean, like, he's got that funky release, but he shot the ball at a high and efficient level. So if you leave him open for 3, he can knock it down. I don't know. I love the way he plays, man. He reminds me a little bit of Jason Kidd. I don't think he can defend like Jason Kidd, but the vision, I think he has all of it.
He's a lot bigger and more athletic, I think, than J Kidd too.
Yeah.
He's standing 6'6", 6'7", and I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I hope that this kid's talent just trumps whatever his dad does. And
I think he's special, man. Like, I really do.
He is. He is special. And I think he might be even more talented than Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's the best player in the draft.
Yeah, and I think to give him some credit, I think he's a little better off the ball than we really give him credit for too. Because I don't think I agree with you at some point where he does need to have the ball in his hands to be effective. But out in UCLA, if you watch a couple of his games, he was still effective playing off the ball too. So because he has that ugly shot, I mean, it doesn't matter how you shoot it as long as it goes in, right? Yeah, it will be interesting to see how it's going to translate in the NBA when the guys are taller and faster to get that release off. But he might have to alter it a little bit more. But he is a special talent.
Like, honestly, I think LA would be the perfect fit for him because I think Magic can handle LeVar. Like, you got like if you have an organization that can handle him, you got to have a GM that's like a former player that's really been there, done that, like a Magic, or a coach that's like, I mean, he's not going to go to the Spurs or anything, but Greg Popovich would definitely keep LeVar in line,
Yes, he would.
He's got you got to be in the right situation. If he's in LA, I think that's the perfect fit.
And he wouldn't make a stink if he was in LA because he's from there. He's not like a small town kid going to the big city. It's not the first time he's experienced big city life like this. It would be happy for his family because he's from there. I mean, it's a match made in heaven if he does go there. Plus, I think if that does happen, you can kick Russell out to the 2 guard and you have, Lonzo run the point. It would make perfect sense for the Lakers. I mean, it would be great. That could be their franchise player. Build around him and they could be back in contention again. That's why I just think it makes so much sense for the Lakers to keep their pick, have their franchise point guard there, like on Magic, last time they've had a big guard like that to run it, and they were pretty good for a really long time when they had him there.
Yeah, I mean, they do have D'Angelo Russell, but I think you could slide him over the two. I think you can make that work. So Lonzo Ball to LA, I mean, it makes sense. It really does. All right, so number 5 pick. You're looking at potentially a Malik Monk. Now, that'd be where we'd go at number 5 if he's there. I think he would be there at number 5.
I hope he is, depending where the ping pong balls fall. If Phoenix, jumps ahead of us, they're not going to take him because they already have a great shooting guard. You look at it, they're really guard heavy, period. So they could be going somewhere else like a Jason Tatum. It just all depends where these balls fall. I know Minnesota would even love to have a Malik Monk, but I think he might jump higher than than other players because of his shooting ability, the way he can create. He can do a lot, but I think the perfect situation would be to come to Philadelphia because he'd be coming off the ball, doing little shooting screens, stuff like that. He'd be open. Ben Simmons could kick it out to him. You got Joel Embiid down in the post. So this is a match made in heaven if it's happened. Now, we've had other names linked to Philadelphia at 5. Monk is gone. And, we've had links to Jonathan Isaacs for whatever reason. But I for one, don't want that to be the case. I don't want to take Jonathan Isaacs. I want to stay far away from him.
Jonathan Isaac is the one guy I don't want. I don't want him at all. Now, I think that, in order to play with Embiid, I think you need a stretch forward. I think you need a stretch 4. Isaac is a stretch 4, but I think Lauri Markkanen is actually the better stretch 4 in college. I don't think it's Isaac. I don't like Isaac. I don't like him. I hope it's a report that it's like trying to drive his stock. I hope it's a smokescreen, drive his stock, let him get picked before the Sixers or something. I don't know. I don't want Jonathan Isaac.
That's a Kings pick. That's got a Kings pick written all over it.
Yeah, that's a Brian Colangelo pick.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, the kid can't really create his own shot. He would be okay as the 4, but I don't think his shot is good enough to be at like a stretch 4. I think the kid out of Arizona would be better suited. He is more athletic than him, but he would be really good weak side defense. There's been links with Nerlens Noel, but I think this kid's got a little bit better of an offensive game because he does have a shot. But he's just so scrawny. He would get bullied all around. He can't create his own shot. So let's just stay away from him. If there is a guy there, I would rather go Jason Tatum than Jonathan Isaac. Just because, one-on-one isolation ball, Jason Tatum, I think, is a lot better in that situation at the 5 if he is there. I know you don't like Jason Tatum at all, but I think he's a special offensive player. And he can rebound, and he can even play a little point, too.
Yeah, I'm not as big on Tatum. I'm not that huge on him. And then going back to Isaac, man, like, I mean, he's gonna get in the weight room, so like that thing, I'm not like as that concerned about. I mean, I'm concerned, but not that concerned about it. What I'm concerned about is like, I just don't see the game. Like he can shoot a little bit, but when he puts the ball on the floor, they think he can take it to the basket. I think he hesitates a little bit too much. I think he takes too many dribbles. I think he wastes dribbles. I think the game looks a little fast to him right now. And that was at the college level. So what's it going to be at the next level? I don't know. I'm not an Isaac fan.
He's better suited to go to a team where he's going to learn behind somebody like a vet, like, say, Dallas, if he happens to go there, if they don't re-sign Nerlens, to learn behind Dirk. It's not good for him, I feel like, to be thrown into the NBA and play a lot of minutes. I feel like it'd be better for him to come off the bench and get a couple seasons under his belt before anything, just to learn the game, because it did look a little fast in the tournament when he was playing. I mean, he can block shots. He's super athletic, but I think his offensive game needs more time to develop.
Yeah, and, like, he does get pushed around at the rim, like, when he gets to the rim. So, again, you're going to add some size. But, like, it's you're not in a situation here with, like a Brandon Ingram where I think he can get – like, that was my thing with Ingram was he was so small. I did think he could get pushed around. But, like, Isaac maybe not so much. But I do think he's going to get bullied in the post defense. I don't think he can handle that. Yeah, we're spending way too much time with Jonathan Isaac. I mean,
it could be the pick, Adrian. This is why.
Dude, it's all shaping up to be a disaster of an offseason. I mean, they're going to draft Jonathan Isaac, they're going to sign Kyle Lowry, and then we're just going to be a regular 4 seed, and we're just going to lose every year in the playoffs.
This is a blueprint that BC has drawn out, and I could see that happening. Kyle Lowry, draft Jonathan Isaac. Like, what are you doing? He's going to do the most non-Hinkie thing, period, is what he's going to do. He's going to put his own imprint on here, stay away as far as what Hinkie would do, which would make the most sense and draft Monk or a Tatum or even a, De'Aaron Fox.
If they draft Jonathan Isaac and sign Kyle Lowry, we're not doing any more shows.
I'll return my season tickets. I'll just stop paying. I'll be like, no, I'm done. You guys should be paying me to come. Just give me my money back from the last 3 years and to watch this team play if this is what's going to happen.
Oh, man. Yeah, you bring up De'Aaron Fox's name, which is interesting. So you think he could play with Ben?
I do. And the reason being is, what's that?
He does need the ball in his hand.
He does, but, if Ben is going to play a little bit of point, I think he can go down in the post too, and then you're going to have De'Aaron Fox kind of run the offense if he's not going to be playing point all the time. I just like the way he breaks down defenses with his speed. He can really run the floor. He can control the offense. He's a floor general, just like Ben, but Ben can also do other stuff like go down on the post and develop his game a little bit more, which I would like to see. You can never have too many ball handlers, and we have lack thereof for the past few seasons.
But you wouldn't take Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball? If he was there?
Now at 5, you're thinking about it?
No. And I'll say this for the reason why. I like De'Aaron Fox's defense better than Lonzo Ball. I think his size gets him in trouble there because if you get a quick, speedy guy, as we saw De'Aaron on him, and even when Malik Monk played him, he just gets shredded. He can't get in front of him, and I think that's an Achilles heel for Lonzo Ball. So I like his defense better. I just like his speed and the way he can just break down defenses and get to the 10.
Yeah, well, he does need to add some versatility to his game. He's got to add that jump shot.
Yeah, that jump shot.
Yeah, because he's that's what John Wall was when he entered the league. Couldn't hit a jump shot. Yeah, I mean Fox. He gets to his spots. He's got that floater, quick dribbler. I mean, yeah, I like Fox. I just don't think he's a fit here. Because I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting though because Ball needs the ball in his hands. So does Fox. But you think Fox would fit? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's just because I think he can get off the ball. I think he can play a little too. Just with his speed and his versatility, because he's got size too. He's not a small guy. I mean, he's scrawny, but I think if Ben was be running the point, I think he could easily play a little bit of a 2-card if he develops that shot. But having 2 guys that can control an offense like that, like Ben or Fox, who are you going to cover? I mean, at that speed, you can never have too much speed, Adrian.
I mean, it depends who's on the board, but I'd be inclined to stay away from him. At number 5, I don't know. Here's the question. So if it's all right, so let's say that Fultz is off the board, Ball's off the board, Josh Jackson's off the board. Picking at 5, who are you taking? Is it Fox?
Oh man, Fox and Tatum. I think I'd still have to go Fox over Tatum. Yeah, even though I know we need a wing. I just really like what De'Aaron Fox can do. I would go Fox. Just the way his ability to get in lanes, steal the ball. I mean, he's just, like I said, he can break down. And he can develop a jumper. He can work on that. He's still young. He's got good size. He's 6'4". I just like the way he can, controls an offense. Even though we do have Ben here, I think they could work it out. Imagine them guys in transition. Just him, Simmons, Embiid, maybe even a Covington hit that trail 3. I think it'll work wonders for our offense.
Dude, I'm thinking about this right now. Pick number 5 might be a potential disaster for us if Monk gets picked.
Which he could, because of the way he can shoot the ball.
I'm inclined to think that Monk will. I think he's going more 6 to 10. To be honest,
I hope.
I feel like Monk is falling a little bit for some reason, because I see these mock drafts. He's going like 7, 8, 9-ish.
Now, are we down in that in these mocks? Are we down around those numbers, or are we picking top 3?
No, we're picking like 4 or 5. We're picking 4 in the mocks. Dude, I'm still thinking of who I would pick. Holy Christ! If that would be a doomsday scenario. If it's Fultz, Ball, Jackson, and Monk, if those 4 guys go and we're picking 5, that's hard.
It's like, where do you go at that point?
I would trade back because Markkanen is like a reach at 5.
Yeah.
Isaac, they have Isaac slotted ahead of Markkanen. I'm not an Isaac guy. So, dude, they might take. Oh my God, Jonathan Isaac might be a pick.
Oh man, I'm taking Tatum or Fox above Isaac. That dude should probably be picked around like 9, 10, 11.
Because I don't like Dennis Smith at all.
I've seen him slotted in here.
I don't know nothing about Frenchie, Nick Kalita, whatever the hell his name is. Nick Tinalina.
He can shoot.
Nicotina. What
I've read on him, I haven't watched any tape on him. Obviously, don't gonna pretend to like I watch European players, but seems like they're saying he can shoot the 3. He's pretty versatile. He can control offense. He can play. Probably be better converted as a 2 guard coming over here. But I don't want to take a player from over in France who we really don't know nothing about. That's another pick that I could see Sacramento doing. Them or Jonathan Isaacs.
Dude, I can't pronounce his last name.
Ntikiiaii.
Telekina. Frank Telekina.
Hey, and that's what BC likes to draft European players. Andre Bargnani.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? The pick at 5 would probably be De'Aaron Fox.
I would be happy with that.
Oh, man, dude. Picking at number 5 is not a good thing.
So, say they are all gone. You would rather trade out than pick Tatum, Fox, or Isaac. Well, I'm not even going to say Isaac, but if Tatum and Fox are there, and Dennis Smith, obviously, you're trading back?
Well, I mean, I'm not trading back far, but I'm trading back. Because I don't like any of it. I don't know. I like Markkanen. Markkanen's a guy I like.
We would take him because he's probably going to be a 4 at the next level.
Yeah, I'm not taking Markkanen at 5 though. Like that's why I would trade back. I would trade back a couple spots and get Markkanen.
Even though we have Dario, you would take Markkanen still.
I think Dario. I don't think they're similar players. I think Dario is like that role player off the bench. Markkanen. I'm not saying he's Dirk Nowitzki, but he can shoot it. He's that type of stretch 4.
So you would slot him in over Dario. Take him
as a starter, 7? Yeah, 4. Yeah. I think Markkanen's is a starter at the 4.
Interesting.
And Dario is a bench guy. Dario, I've always envisioned as a 6 man.
Which is nothing. You need 6 men, and I feel like guys get butt hurt or feel salty over being the 6 man and coming off the bench, but there's no shame in that game.
Dario cares.
Yeah, you don't think? I think he wants to start. I feel like he would be salty.
Oh, I mean, he cares. Like, he would want to start, but I don't think he'd care if he's off the bench. Like, he wouldn't be like, he's not going to be like Lonzo Ball and his father.
No. He wouldn't rock waves or rock the boat. No, he definitely wouldn't. He'd sit there and come in. He's a lunch pail guy. He'd come in and do his work, even though he would definitely want to start.
Yeah, man, that's interesting though. Starter for him because like, I guess he would start at the 4, but like, I don't know. I guess that I don't know if he and Ben can be like out there. Like, what's Ben going to be defending, the 4? And
they're saying he's going to be defending point guards. They're saying he's still going to be playing 1 on defense, which kind of scares me.
I don't think he'll play point guards. I don't know. We'll see what he does. We'll see how it pans out. Yeah, because if you that seems strange to me. I don't know. I would think like you play him at the point, but then still have him guard the 4.
On offense, so switch it. Have him play point on offense, go down and defend the 4 on defense.
Yeah. And if you have him and Dario on the floor at the same time, Dario's too slow-footed for threes.
For threes, yeah.
So that's why, man. But then Markkanen can't guard the man.
That's why I'm a little nervous about taking him, because he's not the most athletic. He seems a little stiff in the hips and slow-footed, even though he can shoot.
Now you see why Josh Jackson is such an intriguing talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's a versatile piece.
You can put. I mean, Jackson can guard anywhere. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. I would say 1 to 4. I don't know if he can really.
Yeah, I don't think he can guard 5, but 1 to 4, yeah. And like Jack, that makes me want Josh Jackson.
I think he's going top 3.
Yes, he is. We're not getting him. If we're at 5, we're not touching him. We're not sniffing him.
Man, this 5 is just making me worried now.
This 5th pick is not good, dude. You want to be at 4.
At least.
Because at 4, you're going to get one of those quartet of players that we need.
If the Lakers get
Lonzo Ball isn't even someone we need, but like.
You take him just because of the sheer talent that's there.
God.
If the Lakers do get their pick.
That scares me too, though, man, because that's another Okafor situation.
Yes, it is.
Lonzo falls to 5, you're going to take him, and oh, man.
Uh-huh. And then what do you do? It would be worth it if the Lakers do get their pick. At least we would stay in the top 4. That's all I'm hoping. If for some way the Cosmos fall the way they do, the Lakers keep their pick, we better at least be getting the next 2, 3, or 4, at least. God.
I'm hoping we get the 4 and the 5.
That's a dream scenario, man. Just like back in the day when Minnesota got it, 4 and a 5, and they screwed up.
Yeah, pass on Curry.
Pass on Curry, take Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. But, we we do the opposite and draft 2 players that are going to help our team succeed. Now, I would say we have better brass at the helm, but we really don't. So it could be that same situation.
God, if we're at 5 and those 4 are taken, it's going to be De'Aaron Fox, and you're just going to have to.
Or Dennis Smith. Could be a wild card. Dennis Smith.
No. Oh God, no. Dennis Smith, no. Well, you don't like him either, right?
No, I don't.
No, I like. God, the way this draft's unfolding, man. We better if we get. If we get a short of top 3 pick, then I'll be happy.
I'll be content too.
Yeah, just give me that top 3 pick, and
it's worth the trade off. It's worth it if the Lakers keep their pick. It's worth it if we at least pick top 3, so we could have Jackson.
Okay. If they're at number 5, maybe not that they could trade up.
I was about to say trading up is not out of the question either.
Well, you could trade up, but it's like a team that trades from like 3 to 5 because there is that talent gap.
Mm-hmm.
There's a talent gap from the top 3 to the rest of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You could see this now.
And if we hit on the right player, it's all if you hit on the right player too. And if he fits the system.
God, we're gonna draft Jonathan Isaac.
Oh my God!
It's good, dude. We're gonna pick number 5, and we're gonna draft Jonathan Isaac.
We let Nerlens Noel go. We trade him to Dallas for peanuts, and then we draft Jonathan Isaac. I hope we're not making a video.
Yeah.
A couple days later, and reporting on this.
I'm gonna do a live reaction of the draft, and it's not gonna be pretty if they draft Jonathan Isaac.
I'll throw my phone at the TV. It will be worth it.
They're gonna pick 3, and we're gonna think they're taking Josh Jackson. They're gonna draft Jonathan Isaac,
or even worse, Dennis Smith.
Watch Jonathan Isaac be like a fucking Hall of Famer.
I know. And we're talking all this smack. He'll be one of the best of the next coming of Dr. J. He'll be an insane player. Or we could be just right, and then he's nothing.
Yeah,
just an average player.
It's interesting though. Everyone's got him ahead of Markkanen. So
just because the athleticism, that's all. It's the only thing I can see is the athleticism.
Markkanen's game really fits. Like he's what Ilyasova is. Like he's that type of stretch four.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the best fit with Embiid this year, was the stretch four.
Stretch four. And you need that. We've done videos about that. You need a stretch four with Embiid in there. That's why I want to see him play more with Dario. If he does start at the 4 next year, which I think he will, depending on what we do in free agency too.
Yeah.
And that's gonna determine what we do in free agency on where these ping pong balls fall.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is huge.
If they draft Jonathan Isaac, they're signing Kyle Lowry. It's happening.
This is why they should have just left Hinkie be, let him see through his vision, and we would have been right there. We just would have been perfect. But they cut him out, and they're trying to go backwards with it. I mean, this could determine the next 5 to 10 years for this franchise again. We could be, mediocrity again. Mediocre. We could be bums for the next 8 years. This is stressful.
We're going to be huge bums if we draft Jonathan Isaac, sign Kyle Lowry, Embiid can't stay healthy, and Ben Simmons turns out to be a bust.
I mean, not 10. Yeah. Oh my God. Now we gotta look at the glass half full. Now we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be healthy. We're gonna be owning the East for the next 10 years. We'll be fine. We got the next Hakeem Olajuwon and LeBron James. We're good. We're good.
We're gonna draft Malik Monk. I'll be pissed if Malik Monk's there at 5 and they pass him for Isaac.
Yeah,
that would piss me off. And I think there's an 80% chance that Monk is there at 5. Like I think he's going to be there.
I hope so. I really do. And you could be right because it's a point guard driven league and it's loaded with point guards in here. So maybe he does fall down a little bit. If worst case scenario, we do pick at 5.
Yeah.
But if he's there at 3, do you not take him then? You know?
That's tough. I mean,
what do you do? Josh Jackson or?
I'm looking at Josh Jackson. I'm liking him more and more. It's interesting though because those Kansas players never pan out.
No, they don't.
So, except for like Wiggins
and Paul Pierce.
Yeah. It didn't work out for Larry Hughes. Actually, Larry Hughes went to St. Louis. Never mind. I'm thinking Paul Pierce, Kansas.
In recent years, though, the Kansas players that have been great in college haven't really panned out other than Wiggins.
Yeah. Trying to think, like, Kelly Oubre is not too bad.
He's all right. And the twins are pretty good.
Yeah, that's Morris twins are good. Yeah.
The Morris twins are good.
But there was a lot that came in, like Xavier Henry, whatever, however you said his name, Xavier Henry. That's what it was. Xavier Henry. Wayne Simeon didn't pan out. So many examples.
I'm trying to think. Perry Ellis.
Nick Collison.
Heinrich was decent.
Yeah, Heinrich was good for a while. He was a good veteran for a while.
Zeldin didn't pan out. Chaco. I can't even say that guy's name.
Oh, Cheick Diallo?
Yeah, Cheick Diallo.
There was a couple. Jeff Whitty was another one. There's a couple of those white guys that came in. They didn't really do anything.
Cole Aldridge was
Aldridge. There you go. So, all right. I guess that wraps it up. I got nothing else on the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, we got pretty much everything we want to say. We're coming down a couple hours now, man. Before this whole thing sets off, it's going to determine our franchise.
Yeah, 24 hours from now, a little bit more than 24 hours from now, we're going to find out where we pick, and we'll be doing a video tomorrow. We'll be doing I'll be doing a live reaction. We're going to see if we can both do one at the same time.
We're going to attempt to do it tomorrow. We're trying to be on the same account and try to do the reaction videos on the same Bitter Birds account.
At the same time. So we'll do that, and then right after the lottery, we'll do a video as well, recapping it. So hopefully we get a good pick. And until then, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this was the team that we were excited about. This was the furthest along team that we had at all 4 sports, you know? So if this doesn't go well, we're back to the drawing board again. We're going to have to be waiting a couple years for another team to be successful.
Yeah. God, just don't pick Jonathan Isaac. Like, that's all.
Don't pick Jonathan Isaac. Don't screw this up, Ryan Colangelo. I'm still worried. I don't ever since he's come in, I really haven't liked what he's done. Still nervous. I just hope he's not trying to get people in the seats and, you make a good decision.
Yeah. All right. That's it. I'm sure if anyone out there is a Jonathan Isaac fan, you didn't like this video. Oh, well. We're out. Peace.
Thanks, guys.